Don't look now, but it appears that CBS News and their claim that they only paid President Trump $16 million to make the lawsuit go away was in fact a bunch of bunk. And the junk continues to be spread. But oh my, who would have ever thought? It's such a surprise. The guys at South Park, no really, South Park, have revealed the truth about Skydance, Paramount, and what went down? We'll explain how right now. Hello folks, we are so happy to have you here. It is a very interesting video and we can't wait to bring it to you. Before we do, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms, it is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below once you've watched the video. Let's dive in. This is crazy. Looks like the mainstream, lamestream, dinosaur media feeling a little hazy, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone have revealed, yeah, Trump probably did get that 35 million plus despite what CBS said. Hello folks and welcome to a big story. We're connecting dots that the mainstream, lamestream, dinosaur media never even thought of. So get your jumbo pencils ready, journalists, because we're going to teach you something right here. This is out of the Hollywood Reporter. It's about South Park, but what's in the story is so much bigger than South Park. Oh my gosh. Let's dive in. Winston Cho, Gary Baum, and Alex Weprin are the authors here, hosted by Yahoo Entertainment. Inside the $3 billion South Park fight that may blow up its future. The premiere for the 27th season of South Park later this month is in serious doubt amid wrangling between series creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone, Paramount Global, and incoming studio owner Skydance, the Hollywood Reporter has learned. At the heart of the dispute, a new 10-year, $3 billion overall deal for Parker and Stone that would more than triple the valuation of the current deal that expires in 2027, according to people familiar with the situation. Park County, the South Park pair's entertainment company, believes it struck a basic framework with Paramount Global on an agreement. Quote, I think that Paramount pre-acquisition was interested in a broader range of possibilities than would have been approved by Skydance and Redbird. But Skydance, which maintains that it has approval rights on contracts as it pursues regulatory approval of its merger with Paramount, has other plans. Let's read that again, folks. This is going to matter. Skydance maintains it has approval rights on contracts. Wait a minute. There seems to be a story about the orange. No. Let's keep reading. We'll come to that. The duration of the proposed deal has emerged as a sticking point in negotiations, with Skydance refusing to an extension beyond 5 additional years amid a fast-moving media environment in which it's prioritizing cash preserves. There is no resolution at this time, but all involved recognize the need for a quick, positive resolution, said Park County. It's increasingly likely that the dispute ends up in court. Goes on to talk about David Ellison, CEO of Skydance, and yada, yada, yada. Let's go down here now, though. It says, the merger is a blank show, and it's blanking up South Park. We are at the studio working on new episodes, and we hope the fans get to see them somehow, Parker and Stone wrote July 2nd. South Park is owned by Paramount through a joint venture Parker and Stone operate with a company called South Park Digital Studios, which is governed by a 5-member board of managers that includes Paramount affiliate company partners. The series is produced by Park County. Streaming deals for the show expired on June 30th, forcing an extension of a domestic deal with Warner Brothers Discovery to keep it on HBO Max, yada, yada, yada. Ladies and gentlemen, here's where this opens up an entirely different thing to talk about, way beyond South Park. It says, the Paramount Skydance deal has been held up in large part due to its own political dimension involving President Donald Trump in a lawsuit, which just had a settlement, right? It says, Skydance's thinking is that the interim operating agreement affords the company the right to approve and deny all material contracts. All material contracts. Let's go back to the Orange Men for a minute. Folks, do you remember when Paramount came out, or CBS came out and said, we didn't agree to what Trump says that we agreed to. We only agreed to $16 million. And Trump said, no. This is like a $35 million agreement. And Skydance agreed to it. Question, Jonas. If we're finding out via South Park, who would have ever thought this? This is crazy. If we're finding out via South Park that Skydance is making all the decisions on all contracts right now for Paramount essentially running the company? Did Skydance handle all of this? And CBS gets to claim, no, we didn't agree to that. Meanwhile, Skydance did, and Skydance is running the company. Are we getting confirmation now of this?
Materiality, yeah, this is definitely a material contract that they're signing here. A settlement would be a material contract here. This is Sherry Redstone is, I think, as checked out as she can be. She's got other things going on, forgive me, in her life right now. So yeah, I think that's how I would read that as well. And also, even if it wasn't literally in writing, I think the Skydance people are going to want approval on anything that goes on with this company at this moment. So yeah.
So then do we also think that Skydance essentially then may have handled this? And by the way, we're hearing that Skydance is planning to empty out CBS News, bringing in Barry Weiss to run all of the editorial for CBS News. I mean, that's wild.
Which would be an incredible shakeup in the news industry, in that sector of the news industry. Sorry, somebody else was talking.
No. I'll go to Marvin first. Marvin, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking the mainstream media misled folks. All they did was dig an inch. We're finding this out via South Park. It looks like the claims that this was a $30 million plus agreement are 100% true. It looks like Skydance is the negotiator, and Paramount was already just sort of acting within the bounds of what Skydance said. And all of the screaming and clashing and gnashing of teeth by the reporters over at CBS News might have been just because they didn't want to lose their jobs, and then the mainstream media covered it up that Skydance is literally running the scene behind the scenes. What does it mean?
That would make sense. I mean, it is very unlikely that Skydance is only stepping in on this one South Park contract. I mean, if they are working with all material contracts, that means that they were very much involved in the settlement amount, which wouldn't shock me in the least. I mean, nor does it shock me that the mainstream media would cover that up. I think this is, I always wonder, like, how is Paramount always so, like, in debt? Like Sonic does really well at the movies. They've got, like, every major streaming show out there right now with all the Taylor shows. And then I see they gave South Park $3 billion. And I love South Park, but I'm like, what are you? No wonder Skydance is stepping in like, no, you are not allowed to handle financial things. I don't blame them at all in that regard. But yes, this is fascinating, Pro. That because Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who have no chill and will take it to anyone that they have an issue with, that they have potentially just blown this entire thing up for CBS.
Don't you love it, Tom? Don't you love that South Park is the one that's revealing this to us? Take a look at this, and I'll come to you, Tom. This is from The Hill. I just want people to see that this continues on. I'm reading this within hours of this article coming out. Paramount sells out CBS. First Amendment and settlement to Trump by Jeffrey McCall, who's an opinion contributor. In other words, Paramount, you threw away the First Amendment, the freedom of press, blah, 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 blah. Let's go down here. I don't need any of this because it's a bunch of nonsense. But if we go down to the bottom of this, it says, even though CBS has settled this legal hassle with Trump, the network still faces an FCC inquiry about its management or lack thereof of the Harris 60-minute segment. It will look awkward for CBS now to go in front of the FCC acting righteous after wiping the egg off its face from the $16 million settlement. So the lame stream, Tom, is still running with a fake number. I mean, it's almost definite now. It's really hard to imagine that when Trump says, oh no, I made this deal with Skydance. I don't know what they're talking about. Skydance runs this thing and it's 35 million plus. It's almost impossible to believe what the legacy media says. Agreed, Tom?
Oh yeah, in every shape. Look, at this point, they literally have made the world into a South Park episode. They were trying to tell us with this episode what was going on. And I tried telling people then, like, there's some shenanigans going on here. And these guys were, like you said, they had 0 Fs to give. They put it right in an episode. Because if you watch this episode, it lays out the entire case right now going on between Paramount and Warner Brothers and what they were doing with all their shenanigans. So if there was more shenanigans going on, I'm not surprised. And if it's the guys at South Park that figured it out and or are vicariously putting it out there, I'm not surprised either, because I've been the one guy screaming from the top of the mountains going, does anybody else see a problem with Skydance taking over Paramount? Because they are the reason Paramount is in the position they are in, because they produce 90% or 80% of Paramount's output, and that's why they are broke. Because Skydance cashes all the checks, and Paramount has basically just taken the burden from it all. And then you have this other business here. We've known Ellison's been running the company for months, if not almost a year now. We've been telling people this.
Right, and it has presidential political impact now. Tom, so that folks know what's going on, many of the viewers may not be aware of the South Park situation. What is going on? Why has South Park been sitting in limbo?
So what happened was, and this is kind of what set a lot of this off in motion. So in this episode, if you've seen it, you kind of already have an idea. But what basically the kids do is they make these boats. They have a contract, an exclusive contract with this company to make these little boats that they float down the river as advertisements and all this other kind of stuff. So this other company offers them money to do the same thing. But they come up with some shenanigans to get around that loophole. And it's basically what happened with Warner Brothers and Paramount, because Warner Brothers and Paramount co-own South Park with Matt and Trey. But Matt and Trey have like so much say over this, and that's part of what's going on with this negotiation deal. And so first of all, they blew it out of the water that these guys were basically going behind Warner Brothers' back and doing an exclusive deal with them, even though Warner Brothers already had exclusive rights to South Park on HBO Max. So they came up with these shenanigan idea of going, well, we're going to do specials or movies, so they're not actual episodes. But Trey and Matt are like, well, we're not doing anything extra, so this is your season. And yeah, so they're like, no, we're not doing what you want us to do. And then they got paid all this money, and within this money, they basically, Paramount is figuring they bought out the rights to South Park. That's not the case. Matt and Trey have the rights to negotiate. And what they're claiming is that Paramount and Skydance, in this case, Skydance actually, stepped in and basically blank blocked everybody else from coming in and possibly bidding on the streaming rights to South Park by claiming that they have exclusive rights after it leaves HBO Max. Do you guys remember when this happened like a couple months back? Well, guess what? Paramount got them all pulled down almost as quick as they went up because of this. And this is because they are saying that they didn't even let us negotiate with anybody else. They decided they're going to just put it on Paramount. And we could have made a hell of a lot more money, pardon my French, if we were to be able to go out there and have a bidding war. Do you guys remember like the type of bidding wars they had for things like Friends? And stuff like that. Even the last time the rights last time the rights came up for South Park, Warner Brothers, even though they have co-ownership, ponied up a big payday for it because they knew how lucrative it was for them. And there are people who will just turn South Park on and let it play. Well, it's just like Friends.
Tom, so, the Office in South Park basically built Hulu.
Yeah, and at this point, they're sitting on a whole season of episodes that they refuse to release.
Yeah,
they're not releasing them until they get this crap all sorted out.
And them telling the truth. This is what's fascinating, Tom. Them telling the truth about this situation and putting this out there that, hey, it's Skydance doing all this. It's kind of revealed that the mainstream drive-by media, they're also lying about the Trump stuff. And it's really Skydance that made this deal. Probably. And it is at $35 million. And the legacy media is trying to save face because they're all buddies. They don't want to say how much this really cost. Folks, that's what you find out when you come to this channel. Panel, any other final thoughts on this? Ron, get in here if you want to weigh in on it, but I don't want to hold anybody back. This is the craziest connection of dots that has come around now to confirm something we've been saying for weeks.
All I can say is that I'm looking forward to the South Park episode that actually deals with the Trump situation, because it'll be fun when that comes out. What they've done to Star Wars and everything else. It's always fun to watch those South Park episodes when they reveal the truth.
That's right. And keep Mr. Garrison, Mr. Garrison. We want him to be Garrison. He's funny that way.
All this, Pro, while Trey Parker and Matt Stone fighting multiple fronts, because right now, the employees at Casa Bonita are unionizing.
Oh Lord!
Literally, Jonas showed me that the other day.
No way.
I didn't know that. But if you haven't seen here's one thing: if you haven't seen the documentary on that, do yourself a favor. It is worth the 90 minutes. It is this great documentary where it starts out. Trey Parker's like, yeah, I'm going to save Casa Bonita, and he's all gung ho, going to save it, and then he gets in there realizing This is going to cost me anywhere from $5 to tens of millions of dollars to fix this.
Yep.
And yeah, it just becomes this huge nightmare for them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And at first there was very little South Park in Casa Bonita, just a little Cartman statue, like sitting by over like where he'd be sitting. Now they've got like character meet and greets and stuff like that. Like they're trying to push all the South Park in this to get people in the door because they have put so much money into it.
I've been saying for a while now, I want to get over to Casa Bonita, and but it's just, you know, Trey and Matt are going to be very conservative individuals. I think
you have to get reservations on top of it all. Like, it's not easy to get in from.
No, it's very popular. Very popular. All right, folks, it's very popular with us when we get confirmations from some of the wildest, strangest places. And that's what we can do right now with Cartman and Butters and all the rest, giving us what we need to say. You can put the lies to rest from the lamestream media. It's put a fork in it. 30 million plus. Almost definitely. Just like the Orange Man said. Put this baby to bed. This video is over. Turn off the lights, but not quite yet, folks, because we do ask one final thing before we say goodbye, and that is, would you consider clicking the like button? Share, subscribe, click it and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Also greatly appreciated, anytime you would like to share this out on your favorite social media platforms, well, we would love that. And we'd also love to hear your thoughts. Folks, drop a comment down below and use that beautiful mind of yours. If you would not mind, we'd love to know what you're thinking. Also, if you would like to become a member of the channel, it's as simple as clicking the join button. It is the price of a soda per month, and you'll gain access to all kinds of new, cool, exclusive information. Folks, until the next time we have the honor of spending time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
So I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.